Alrighty. So, like I was saying, for our activity for today's mid-semester check-in, I gave you that last week with the list of assignments. So if you review for the last link, the very last link I sent you through Slack, that is the link that takes you to here. If you just look below it, again, there are 4 assignments here, and those assignments need to be completed. We're going to be planning our degree today, and I'm going to be showing you how to search for classes in CUNY First. So let me show you how to search for classes in CUNY First before we start, right? So if you go on CUNY First and just log in with your credentials, then you're going to click on Student Center. You don't have to do this right now. You could just watch. So for how I search for classes, I usually just go to the enrollment shopping cart and I click on that, and then I select the term. So for example, if I'm applying for next term, which is spring of 2021, I would make sure I'm clicking on 2021 spring, right? And then I'll just hit continue. And right now it says my enrollment shopping cart is empty. And we just have to add classes to that. Being that this is my last semester, I won't be showing you how to enroll fully. Like I won't click enroll, but I'll show you the steps that leads up to it, okay? So for example, right now, I don't know my class number or anything like that, but if you do know the class number or the class code, you can type it in here and just press enter if you already have a class in mind, right? But if you don't know and you need to search for it, right, there's a little button here at the bottom, search. There's also different ways to do this. Everybody does it differently. This is just how I do it. So if you click on search at the bottom, it's very small. So I'm gonna actually zoom in a little bit. So right here, so it says search. I'll just click on that. And then it's gonna ask me for the institution, right? That's just LaGuardia Community College or whatever college that you're in. Per se, like if you are graduating or whatever the case might be, the school would go there. You will select the term. So I would make sure that it's on 2021 spring term. And then I'll go straight into what class I need. So for example, if I'm staying in LaGuardia and I'm pursuing my secondary education major, like I am right now, I would follow my degree map that is available on the LaGuardia website. I'll show you that in a second. But just for an example, if I need English 101, this is how I would do it. So where it says subject, I'm just going to click on that. Find English. So usually it's just ENG. So right here, ENG English. And I'll click on that. And then I'll type in the section. The section is 101, right? Always keep in mind of your prerequisites. So if you need to take a 102 class, but you didn't take the 101 class, you cannot enroll for that class because the 102 class is a continuation of the 101 class. So you have to take the 101 class first, then the 102 class. And also it goes with any kind of code. So just be sure that you are talking to an advisor, you are taking consideration of your prerequisites and so on, okay? So for this example, I'll do ENG 101. So ENG 101, I would just put 101 there. Then I could just go down and click search, or you can press enter, either one. So now I'm seeing all of the classes that are available for me to choose. So for example, I want to point out something very, very important, right? Let me just find it really quickly. Hold on one second. Sorry if this is hurting your eyes. 1 second. Okay, I found it. All right. So for example, everyone see section right here, and it gives you the class code, tells you it's a lecture, and it says regular, right? Does anyone know why it says regular?
No.
Okay. All right. It says regular, right? Because everyone is aware about session 1 and session 2. Session 1 is 12 weeks long, right? Session 2 is 6 weeks long. So we're talking about spring session 1, which is 12 weeks, and then spring session 2, which is 6 weeks, right? So when you are applying for classes, when you're registering for them, you have to pay attention if it's a regular, or if you scroll down, you'll see it says second session. Always keep that in mind just in case that you make a mistake, right? And register for a class that works with your timing, but you didn't see that you registered for the second session and not the first session, and then you're stuck with having 3 classes in the second session and only like 2 classes in the other, or however, right? So always keep in mind that there is a distinction between regular and second session, right? So then obviously you would see the days and the times, see if it fits into your schedule, and so on, right? I haven't gotten any word or anything, anybody talking about if school is going to be like regular for next semester or if it's going to be online. I'm not sure. Maybe you can contact your advisor and ask them. But as for me right now, I haven't heard anything from like my supervisors or anything like that. So I don't know. But most of these classes are saying in person, but it could always change. Like for this semester, it was all in person classes that I registered for, and they all transitioned to distance learning. So I'm not sure how they're going to do that for next semester. We're all just going to find out together. Okay. So I would just pick one that fits your schedule. So for example, if I'm free from Monday to Wednesdays at 8 p.m. to 10 p.m., I'm going to pick this class. So I'm just going to hit on select, and then it tells me that the class is open, right? When it says open, that means that the class is still available. It has seats. There's still seats available. There's people already enrolled, but it's enough seats and you could get it right away, right? If you see a yellow triangle, right, that means waitlist, right? So that means that during like the first week of class, usually that's when a lot of people drop and swap classes, right? And if say that you register for a class, right, and you're on a wait list and one person drops that class, you obviously there's like a list, right? So if you are the person um like the runner up for that seat, you will get it, right? If the class fills up, you won't get through with the class, okay, unfortunately. So and there's also, it says closed sometimes if the class is full and there's like no wait list for it, and that's also could be a case. So that just means that the class isn't available. So once you've selected your class that you are happy with the date and the time and the instruction mode and the session, then you're good to go. You can click on next. So now it says ENG 101 has been added to my shopping cart, right? So now I don't see anything else except these like more classes of ENG. So what I want to do is just go back to my student center, and then I would go to my enrollment shopping cart again. I'll select the term, and then I'll see it now that ENG 101 has been added to my shopping cart. So when the time it is, like, you could also add these classes in your shopping cart and leave them there. And when it's time to enroll, you could just check off all of them by just clicking on the check mark and clicking enroll. And then you're automatically enrolled into the class. Okay. Also, there's another thing that's pretty cool, right? So if you go on your student center, there's something called schedule builder. So it says launch schedule builder. This is very, very cool, right? So if you click on launch schedule builder, it'll take you to this kind of page, right? So all you have to do is select the term that you're applying for. So again, we're applying for spring 2021. So I'm just going to click on that. And then I'm just going to type in the course, like the class codes that I need, right? So right now, this is in my shopping cart, ENG 101, right? It's in my shopping cart. It's telling me, it's showing me how it's laid out, right? So for example, if I want to add SSA 101, right? This is cultural anthropology. And it says that it's 19 classes available in that subject. Maybe I need another one. Maybe I need a math course. So I'm going to type in MAT 115. and maybe I need one more, right? So I'm gonna do one more to become a full-time student, right? So I'm gonna do, let's see, um, let's do ELL 101, right? Okay, cool. So now I've typed in all of my courses that I need. I don't know the professor. I don't know what time they're like what time it is or anything like that, right? I just typed it in, and this magical tool is going to tell you how it is like set up in a schedule, right? And you could pick your desired schedule. So for example, right now it says result of 1 and 8,847 possible schedules I could have with these 4 classes. So for example, if I'm working, right, and I'm a nighttime student, right, from 8 a.m. I'm working, I could just click on the time frame, hold it down, and drag to when I'm not available. So maybe Mondays I work from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m., right? Wednesdays I work all day. Maybe Saturdays I'll leave open. Maybe Fridays I'm busy all day, right? So these are my blocks. No classes will be there, right? So then if I look through now, I'll see that these classes are going to shift and shift until it finds my desired schedule, right? So I'm just gonna go through them, make sure maybe one I'm happy with. So right now I'm not seeing any SSA 101. Maybe I should try a different class, but this is just an example, right? So maybe I'm happy with, maybe that schedule, right? Maybe I'm happy with this. And it works well because I'm at work all day. I'll go to one class at night. That's fine. That's manageable for me. If it's not manageable for you, I would keep looking for a better schedule. On Tuesdays, I'm absolutely free. I could do school, no problem, between 1 p.m. and 5:30. And on Thursday, same thing. I would be in school from 1 to 3 o'clock, I believe. Yeah, 3? Yeah, like 3:15-ish, right? So I'm happy with the schedule. I'm just going to scroll down, and it says, get this schedule, right? I'm going to click on it, right? Then it tells me the action, right? This is the action right here. So do I want to enroll into this course right now? Yes, I do. So I'm going to make sure that all of them says enroll, and all I'm going to click on is do actions. And this magical tool, like, it just registers your classes for you. So you pick a schedule, you look at it, you go through different schedules instead of sitting there with a paper and pen and trying to jot it down and see if it works for you. This schedule builder does it for you, right? So then all you have to click is do actions, and then you're enrolled. You don't have to worry about anything. Okay? Does anyone have any questions about this? Alrighty, so let me just clear my enrollment shopping cart real quick because I'm not enrolling in any courses. So let me just delete it. Cool. All right, shopping cart is empty again. All right, so that's how you enroll into classes with CUNY First. That's how you use the schedule builder, and it comes in very handy. So right now I'm going to show you the degree maps. So if you go to the LaGuardia website, so just laguardia.edu, and click on academics, and you find your major, right? So for example, I'm in health and I'm a nursing major. So I'm going to click on nursing, and then if I scroll down, more down, it says recommended course sequence, right? Some of you might have course sequence, some of you might have degree maps, maybe you have a PDF with like a whole bunch of words on it, you don't know how to read it. Take a closer look. I guarantee you could figure it out because it probably looks confusing, but it's probably in like a weird format because it hasn't been updated or whatever the case might be, or maybe they just did it differently for that major. Okay, so if I click on recommended course sequence, I'll see what the college recommends on how I should take my classes in what order, right? Remember that if you're following your degree map, right, you don't really have to worry about prerequisites, because if you're following it, I'm pretty sure that your prerequisites are fine, right? Like for example, with my degree in secondary education, I followed my degree map to the T. Like I did not change anything, right? And honestly, it's worked out so great for me. I feel like the classes and how you take them, it's really nice. And um yeah, I really haven't felt the time pass. I still feel like I'm like a first year student, but here I am graduating. I don't know. But I don't know why, but I just feel nice. And I think it was a really big help, especially because they have the degree maps, right? So for this assignment that we're going to be doing, that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be following your degree map. You don't have to follow it to the T. If you need to make changes, make your changes, but make sure that you're talking to an advisor. But in the case of this assignment, you do not have to contact your advisor, right? If you want to, you can, just for your future reference. But you could always just copy the degree map to the T and make changes later. Okay, just for the sake of completing the assignment. Okay. Alrighty. So for example, right here it says preclinical courses, right? And then clinical courses. So I'm gonna go through what does preclinical mean and what does clinical mean, right? So everyone here should be taking some type of candidacy, right? Either if you're in rad tech, vet tech, in nursing, you should take some type of candidacy, right? Because you're taking an exam and you're waiting to see if you pass it or you fail it, right? Am I wrong? Okay.
Yes.
Wait, I'm wrong?
No, you're right.
No,
Okay,
you're
cool.
right.
Okay, cool. I don't want to give you guys misinformation. I want you guys to be on the same page, right? Because again, I'm not a nursing major. I'm not sure how it works, but this is what I've learned throughout my journey of being a student success mentor. So with your candidacy, right, you are awaiting to see if you pass or fail. That's why we did the what if activity, just in case, unfortunately, if you don't pass, right? Because we all need a backup plan just to be safe, okay? So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be planning for our preclinical courses. That means before the exam, all the classes that you're going to take before the exam. This is all like your general requirements, right? Like education requirements, like maybe a math class or a science class or intro to biology, whatever, right? And then after candidacy that's when you pass your courses, right? I mean, not courses, sorry. You pass your exam, right? And you're moving on to the clinical phase in your career. You pass the candidacy, you're going straight into the major, right? So you're actually majoring. That's wonderful. Congratulations, right? Hopefully all of you do pass. I wish you the best of luck, right? Okay, cool. Let's go forward. So for the clinical courses, this is all you're taking after you've done past your classes, right? This is like, I don't even know what kind of classes they offer. Let's look, right? So for the clinical courses, it says fundamentals of nursing, right? It fulfills the program core and the credits are there. It's worth 6 credits. So cool. Right after I pass my candidacy, I'm doing a class called Fundamentals of Nursing because that sounds interesting. That sounds like it's going to show me the ropes of nursing. Okay? So that's what you're going to be doing for the assignment. So if you go to your ePortfolio, and if you go for planning for success, and you go to degree planning, right, you'll notice that there's 3 different like tabs, right? The first tab says preclinical phase, right? So the first tab right here. Then the second tab is clinical phase, and the last tab is alternative plan, right? So listen very closely, right? For clinical phase, if you have transfer credits from another university and they transferred over, you got those credits, right, into LaGuardia. You don't have to make you don't have to like take any more courses or anything for that fulfillment, right? Remember we went through our degree works, our degree audit. You'll see your transfer credits there. It'll have like a TR or a CR next to it, because it's transfer, right? You can include that. I want you guys to include that. From the very beginning, you started your college experience. You need to start from the very first class, right? So that would include preclinical, right? So preclinical, if you click on the very first semester tab, I know there's two. There's two just in case you need two. You don't need to do all two. Just focus on one tab. If you need it, you can go to the second tab, okay? But we're only working with this first one. So if you click on it, and if you scroll down, you'll see two semester like cubes, right? I'm gonna call them cubes. So it says enter semester and then enter course, and then another one, enter semester, course. So for example, if this is now my first semester and last semester was my first semester, right? I'm gonna be starting off with last semester. So how do I edit this? I'm just gonna click on the pencil and paper icon. I'm going to erase enter semester and I'm gonna put last semester. So last semester was spring 2019 to 2020. Right? That was spring. And then I'm going to enter the courses that I took all last semester. So maybe I took ENG 101. Pathways requirement, I have to determine whether it's a required core, flexible core, or program core. If you notice, right, ENG 101 is right here. So it says required core, which is a key course. So that's required core. So I already know the pathway, which is a required core. My session that I took it in was session 1. You can also select session 2 if you took that in session 2. So that's for your past semester. If this is your first semester here, right, this first block would just be this semester. So I'll do it at the bottom for an example for this semester. For this semester, it would be fall 2020 to 2021, right? Then we're gonna go and enter our course. So for example, if I'm taking this class, this very class, right? So HSF 90, I'm taking that class in this semester. This is my first semester, or this is my current semester, and I already took classes last semester. Doesn't matter, whatever semester that you're in. I put HSF 90 because you're taking it now. What's the pathways requirement? Let's look at our degree map and find that out, right? So if they have HSF. I don't think they have HSF here. Yeah, I don't think they have it here. But HSF is a program core. I know that. So it is a program core. Or is it a required core? I'm not sure. I think required. I think program, actually. Yeah, I think program. I believe. I'll double check, but I believe it's program. Okay, and the session that you're taking it in, this is session 1 because it's a 12-week long course. Okay? So that's what you're doing for this. Does anyone have any questions about this part?
No.
Let me just check the chat. Alrighty. Alrighty. So that's what you're doing for the preclinical course, the preclinical like section, right? You're only going to work with 2 semesters. You only need to complete 2 full semesters. So if this is your last semester and this semester, or at the top is this semester and next semester, because you're not taking candidacy next semester, you're probably going to take it in the other semester that follows it, okay? So now what you're going to do is when you go to degree planning and you go to clinical phase, the same thing, you're going to click on the very first semester tab, right? And if you scroll down, you'll see 2 more semesters, right? Don't panic, you just need to do one of these cubes, right? So for example, I'm going to be planning for next term with this, right? Well, not next term because I'm not going to be taking my candidacy. This is after candidacy. So this will be fall 2021 to 2022, right? So this will be fall 2021 to 2022. So this is next fall. This is not spring. This is after spring. This is fall. Next fall. Right? So next fall, I'm going to list all of my clinical courses. So if I go back to my degree map, right, my clinical courses include SCR 110, Fundamentals of Nursing. It fulfills my program core, right? And it's 6 credits. I don't need to know that, but you know what I mean? And it also tells you what session to take it in, like the recommended, right? So in the 12-week session, it guides you to take these 2 classes, right? And then for the 6-week session, it tells you that you should take this class and so on. Okay? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to fill out for 1 semester, which is fall 2021 to 2022. And this is after I take the exam and I pass it. This is all clinical courses after I pass the exam. So in case I do not pass the exam, have no fear. We are prepared, right? We go to degree planning and we go to alternative plan and we go to the first semester tab. And you're only completing 1 of the semester cubes for alternative plan. So our what if assignment, you could either choose that same major that you did research on, or you could choose another major and conduct research on that major and see if you would be interested in that. Okay? So this is like open-ended. You could use the one that you used for the what if, or you could use the one that you just thought of, or if you're exploring majors on LaGuardia, right? So if you scroll down, then you'll see semester, right? 2 semester blocks again. You're only doing 1, right? So then I'm going to edit the semester, and we're planning for the same semester, so next fall. So it's fall 2021 to 2022. So this is just in case I do not pass my candidacy. I need to be prepared and register for courses that is my alternative plan instead of the classes that I needed to take for my clinical phase. So it's the same semester that you're planning for, which is next fall, but this is just with your alternative plan. So you're going to list all of the classes, the pathways requirement, and which session you're taking those classes in. Does everyone understand that?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right. So write this down if you have to. For degree planning, for preclinical phase, you are completing 2 whole semester blocks. Then for clinical phase, you're only completing 1 cube, 1 semester block. And for alternative plan, you are planning for the same semester for the clinical phase, but just with all of your alternative classes, just in case you don't pass the candidacy. So 2 semesters here, 1 semester, and 1 semester. So in total, you should have 4 semesters planned. 2 of them, which is going to be the same, and 2 of them is completely different. The one from the past and now, or the one now and the one next semester, if this is your first semester. Does anyone have any questions? I know I'm talking like really loud. I'm sorry about that. Any questions about the assignment? Please ask me. Okay, great. Yeah, so thanks, Andrea, sorry. So she said that you should start studying for the test now. That doesn't hurt. You should, if you could, and I wish all of you the best, honestly. I commend all of you because nursing is a competitive, even anything in health is very competitive. I wouldn't be able to function underneath that pressure, but I commend all of you. Alrighty, so if you have no questions, let me stop the recording here.